When was the last time you've seen a Christmas anime? Sure, Christmas arcs are very common, but what about an entire anime dedicated to the theme of Christmas? That's so awesome. The earlier anime lineups for this year were stacked, and the fall season for this year is of lighter load, with Spy Family, OPM, and MHA being the main titles. There is one anime by Science Sorrow that you might find interesting. Sanda takes place in Daikoku Welfare Academy, a middle school that looks to be private and well-funded. I thought the show was just called Sanda for just the hell of it, but turns out the boy's name is Sanda too. Sanda is a middle school student who appears to be hiding something from everyone else. He's very particular about the color red, and it seems to be affecting his class rep partner, Shiori Fuyumura. As shown in the intro, Shiori attempted to stab Sanda with a knife. Look, whatever the reason is, if a stone-faced girl tried to stab me to death, my ass would be flying down the hallway, slipping and sliding, begging for help. But Sanda takes it as a love confession and doesn't question further. Okay, so he just wants to die. Okay, cool.
Sanda, you're so dumb you'll be dead by the end of the day.
True! Snow begins to fall during their PE class. For some mysterious reason, Sanda begins feeling pain from his chest. As he looks up, Shiori is there watching him. It then cuts to both of them sitting alone in the classroom. Sanda offers his eraser to her. Shiori in return asks why Sanda continues to treat her nicely even though she threatened to kill him before. However, a simple act of kindness isn't enough to stop the unwavering Shiori. Once again, she attempts to cover Sanda in red. Unfortunately, this time, the blade finally connects and Sanda seemingly bleeds to death. Ono has been missing for over half a year. Shiori was very close to her, and we find out that she mysteriously vanished within the school. Prior to current events, Shiori did not celebrate Christmas. She did not believe in Santa Claus. It was during this close to fatal moment where she expresses herself to Santa. A strong force pushes Shiori back. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's... Oh, okay, you can stop now. Science Sorrow seems to be taking a liking to main characters that have crazy transformative abilities. This time though, we have insanely buff Santa Claus. Sanda is a descendant of Santa Claus. Every time he comes into contact with the color red, he transforms, taking the form of Santa Daddy, who's ready to steal your grandmother. After confirming his true identity, Shiori's eyes grow bigger. There is a chance to find Ono. There is finally a chance for her wish to come true. As a part of his genes, Sanda's masculine form grants him a new lens. A desire to grant their wishes. A desire to see them smile. But of course, now that Sanda has aged tremendously, his vision isn't snappy, his skin is dry, and will probably sustain back problems. But that's okay. By eating his favorite candy, he reverts back to his normal self. You know, it's really neat how they made candy Sanda's ticket back to his original form. Also, since when was Santa always this jack? How do I attain this physique? Give me 50 sets of sleigh bells while I ho these weights. Sanda and Shiori have proceeded with class in the science lab. The impact of Sanda's transformation destroyed their previous room, but thankfully, nobody knows it's him. Shiori tells Sanda that she has a bomb strapped to her chest, and it will go off in approximately 1 hour. She did this to see how well Santa Claus can protect the kids. I don't know who would win, this psychotic girl or a school shooter. She's already gone 2 for 2. I might just hand it to her. Sanda of course is aware of how serious Shiori is. After all, she already stabbed him in the chest. So immediately, Sanda announces that there is a bomb in the room. Nobody really gives a fuck. To make them give a fuck, however, Sanda grabs the red jacket and takes Shiori hostage. Once everyone leaves the classroom, Shiori legitimately reveals the bomb strapped to her chest. Boom. The impact of the explosion didn't injure Shiori. Sanda in a nick of time snatched the bombs from her waist and he took it like an absolute champ. While all of this is in motion, a boy watches them from the door. Amaya is a roommate in Sanda's group who suddenly takes an interest in Sanda after witnessing him transform and tank the bombs. During their conversation in the dorm, he tases Sanda, kidnaps Shiori, and both are brought to some sketchy part of the school. When Sanda questions his motives, Amaya, to their surprise, doesn't have any. Yep, this kid is a control freak. Someone take this boy home. I'm already sick of this shit. There is one request though.
If you two kiss, I'll set you both free.
Yeah, that's the last straw. I already hate this kid. In a desperate attempt to not get caught, Sanda breaks himself free with slave runners that grew from his feet. So you're telling me, this version of Santa Claus has a 6-pack, is fire resistant, and has ingrown slave runners that he can use at his disposal. Wolverine, is that you? Amaya taunts Sanda saying that Santa Claus won't ever lay a finger on a kid. Motherfucker, this is still mentally a 14-year-old. If you push him to the edge, he might actually kill you. But you know who will? This guy. Oh wait, he comes later. This guy. This uncanny looking principal who runs the school. Enter Headmaster Oshibu, a 92-year-old with an immaculate skincare routine. Except where he falls short is shown in his hands. Ew! Crusty and dusty like the 3-year-old Krabby Patty sitting in my closet. Okay, you cannot tell me that this man does not remind me of Michael Jackson. We already got one other replica in anime, but holy shit, it gets worse. Oshibo stumbles across Amaya. The headmaster is curious to see what his student could be doing alone in this abandoned building. Knowing he's on death's door, the school was created to house the students on campus simply to fuel his obsession towards children. To make things creepier, Oshibo regularly injects some sort of acidic supplements to maintain his uncanny appearance. They need to lock him up. This is just a fancy way to say he's a pedophile. In an attempt to throw Amaya into the basement, when it should have been him, not the little twink, Sanda crashes through the wall and scratches Oshibo's plastic face. This is the acting antagonist of the story so far. Someone who seemingly is unfazed by the MC's attack, but in this case does not counter, nor do they fight back. I like that. It creates that air of mystery towards the headmaster. Two characters on opposing beliefs wanting to protect the children. One with a genuine desire to see others experience the gift of shared happiness. The other with a twisted ideology that protection will be granted in a closed-off area and only if they abide by the rules. Sanda, or well, Santa Claus in the context in the story, is a myth, at least to the ordinary. Those who do believe in his existence don't exactly believe for reasons you may think. Apparently the headmaster hired members of the St. Nick Pursuit Unit to capture Santa Claus. It's really that deep. Some members had beef with previous personifications of Santa Claus, so I'm assuming most of Sanda's bloodline is just dead. Saburo Yakeda is the red leader of this group, and holy moly, he's also old as hell. I have no idea what Santa Claus did to scare these people, but damn, 51 years old and still looking for that bounty off of Santa's head. Anyway, there's only 3 episodes. So far, it's pretty enjoyable, and I appreciate that they didn't somehow turn this into an isekai. Already a plus. The direction the anime is going seems pretty promising, and I think they're doing a great job at introducing these characters without revealing too much about Sanda's backstory and their intentions with Santa Claus's bad reputation. Definitely go check it out.